Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of OmniFactory. Today I made all the materials and we can finally start autocrafting. So for the first thing for autocrafting, you're gonna need crafting unit. For that, to make a crafting unit, I'm gonna make 4, so aluminum plates. And then we can try and make a molecular ensemble which requires 4 plates. Because we already have one. And molecular assembly basically a crafting table. So when we craft it, we first need to craft it. So to do that, we require a crafter, and I have gathered the material. This is basically 9 crafting tables, some machine change. This special here. So if we go modular assembler, there we go, and crafter. So I have a crafter now. Put it back. Okay, but there it is. Now we need formation and annihilation core. So for formation and annihilation core, we need fluix dust. So I'm gonna need 3 of each. So I'm just going to pre-made them now. Oh yeah, that's a pure. And pulverize those because if we could, would have n infinite crystals. Let's just pulverize these without everyone's so often. Okay, now we have 2, and we can make these formation and annihilation core. Basically, they're just components. Most of it. Yeah, now we can make an assembler. So what an assembler does, it needs to be connected to an interface which we have not yet made, and you can put crafting recipe and it will auto-craft it. It could work on its own, but it's kinda useless on its own. So I'm just going to go through the process of building everything and then build it in together. And now we need crafting units. If I go here, crafting units are not that difficult to make, and we just made 4. You can go with 1, but it's recommended to go with 4 so you can have co-processor. So if you press U here, have all of these, make a 4K one. And pro processing. So if I put one here, oh, they're processors. Okay, so I have to make 3 more engineering processors. So that's created by simply diamond plates, gold plates, presses, and logic presses. Do I have 3 more circuits? I do not. And oh, I didn't run out of things. So oh no, I have. That's kind of lucky. So I put this back inside. This again, change it up. Logic press. Take this out and put this back in. While that's on its way to get completed, I'm going to make, yeah, so we have made this quest. So now the thing we need to do is interfaces. So interface has a recipe like this, and that's why I needed all those formation and annihilation cores. Haven't made a lot. So if I just put this here, recipe 2. Okay, and another recipe 1, 2. And if we go here now, you see we need 5 plates and then 9 more aluminum. 14 aluminum plate for 1. So in total we'll need 56 plates. Quite a lot, if you ask me. And then we need some wrought iron. I have wrought iron, so iron. Let's just go. Teleport. So those interfaces are basically what communicates. This communicates the AE system with everything else. So we have this connected to your ME system to communicate with any device, and in this video we are going to make an automatic MV motor crafting. So we will just be able to go here, type motor, and click it and request however many. But for that we of course need some recipes. To do that we need branch. So I'm just going to probably, now that the plates have finally finished working or compressing themselves, we can finally make all of these. And then if we go over here, I have prepared all the materials for robotic arms. So if I go here, press 2, and this is how you make it, just not too difficult. And now we can finally go here and type. I can make 4 of them. And these are really, really useful. So let me show you. So now that we have most of the things we need to set up this network, I'm just going to set it up. And I'm going to do it under. So the conduit, so I have to go. So like this. I'm going to make the main ME2 room. So that here, oh yeah, I have actually power up. So I have finished these processors, and now we can make for 3 of these, so co-processing. And now the last thing we need to do is make more, because I need, if you go and type storage, we need a 4K crafting, so we'll have plenty of space to do things. And for that I need 3 of these circuits, and I'm just going to go prepare them. Okay, so now that I have the circuits, I have created 2 batches and used one of the circuits on the logic processor. Now we can finally start building the 4K storage unit. So if I here and click on 4K and 1K, create 3 of these, grab my processors, and then if I go 4K again, I'm missing. No, I'm not. So now we have a 4K component, and we don't need a cell because you can just merge it with the crafting unit, and we get a 4K crafting storage. Oh, totally forget there was a wire to the Pyrolos oven. And yeah, okay, so I need to just put wires like this. So these need to be in a cuboid shape, so it can be, as you can see, recognize, it can be 2, but it can't be like this. It can be in a cuboid, but they can be like this, and they can be, put them in a 2x1. So now we have these crafting storages, but they won't do much because we don't have any interfaces connected to them. And if I want to connect an interface, simply connect it. I can even turn it into this kind of little more directional. So for now we can use directional. And actually, okay, so first we have to put here and this thing here. As you can see, now it has an interface, and if we had an interface terminal, it would show up in the interface terminal. But since we don't have an interface terminal, it doesn't show up. And place it more efficient on cables. So now we cannot do much with this yet, but if we go up here, back up, and go polyethylene. And actually, let me pattern. There we go. Blank pattern. So we need to make this. So polyethylene and fine silver. So we don't have fine silver wire. Actually, okay. So I just need to put this into silver wires, and then what you can do with these is you can basically have recipes. For example, craft a furnace, that molecular assembler, and then a furnace would appear here, and if you have none, it would just say craft under. Like it would say for the numbers, but it would say craft. Now, the only thing we need to encode this pattern, again, the pattern terminal. Very fluix plate. Press them. Okay, so fluix plates. Panel. Things. And now we get an ME terminal, and if we find the then the pattern. So I can create it. I can make 3 of them. So the patterns are a bit expensive because they require a refined processor. But other than that, they're pretty require some wires and some plastic. But so yeah, I have a pattern term. So I will update all of these cables over the cable. But so as you can see, have a pattern slot. Going clean towards. So let's say we want to craft an MV mode. So I put this for, and I can hit plus even if I don't have the resource. And I've hit the or dictionary. So if you have this, you should do. If you were working this, you should put this. So because if you have some other copper cable, other copper mod, other mod, you can replace them. But now that we have the pattern we want to craft, we can code. And if we want to change the already encoded pattern, don't put it up here, but you put it. But for now, we just want to keep it. Or transition to whatever you're crafting. And if I put this into the interface, not into the assembler, but into the interface, I can go up here, search for MV. As you can see, I can click on here, but I don't have any resources. So we need, for that, we need something else first. So what I'm going to do is connect all of the devices that I need for the MV motor to the ME system. For example, if I go here, need a wire mill, a polarizer, this line. And if I go here, just break a block, shift to, and here I don't need. There we go. So for these, what I can do here, they don't have the standard recipe. So if I clear this, go from crafting pattern, processing, and go some copper wires, and this will directly go. Oh no, they were supposed to directly go, but I forgot something. So one thing you want to do, right click it with a wrench first to turn it away. So right, then I believe driver, it will allow input from output side. So otherwise it won't be able to receive and send from the same side. But if you have a screwdriver and right click it, Now that I can go here, the other term, place a copper, one copper ingot. Have to place one copper ingot, because, and then two copper wires. Now if we have another pattern, code it, creates two 1 times copper wire with a one copper ingot. So if we put this here and go here, the craft, and if I say 2, it will show up this, but we are missing a copper ingot. So if I put my copper ingots here, now say 1, create 2 because 1 is not able to create 1. And when I click start, the items will go into here, and if I put auto output, it will also throw them inside. As you can see, they came inside. I just the auto output. So now what's good to do, because go into the MV motor, you can see you need 2 times copper wire, and to create 2 times copper wires, 1 time copper wire first. So if I clear this pattern and it like this again, code creates 2 times, oh actually no, processing. So now I already encoded it, but I can re-encode it again. If I place it in this slot, I can re-encode it. Or I go down here, put it in again, know that it slot. So, and now we can create half of. For the rest, we need cables. Cables, rubber sheets. I'm just gonna make a stack of rubber sheets. And I can come to the parent terminal, clear the parent terminal, put one time wire, one, and it will automatically detect that I have to cable that inside, and now we have an encoded cable, coded pattern for a cable, and up 3 of the slots, but you can always make a clear assembler interfaces. So now most of the things are completed. If you grab these, put it inside. Now we need to route to the other side because we need the extruder. And if I connect cable like this, just for example, very bad idea. Okay, but anyway, if I remove this chest and set the output of, okay, let's just ignore this for now. I just put a cover and cover conveyor belt. Now if I route this up here and put again the last time interface I have, yeah, and if I put it down here, and now we have an extrude. So how this works, I believe extruder shape, and for example aluminium ingot, go create and put them into here, code another pattern and put it in here, and now we need another pattern. So I need to make some steel with wrought iron, charcoal, and in between episodes, hopefully, or in the next episode, I'm going to add some more interfaces so I can have alloy smelt. I don't have to do but I can automatically do ready. So now what I need is go back here and terminal here, one and this. Put this here so we can and this code here and the last pattern code this thing. Very clear. Feel something like now I have a full and encode. Now what I need to do driver side and also move that driver back. Okay, so now be able to fully automate craft. Missing one stealing but missing. Okay, so that's there now. Next, start. This is here. It creates some wires, not polarized. So apparently it doesn't take the back. So that's kind of automate that as well. But for now we'll just I'll change. And I believe that should be everything. Copper wires. Crafting one sketch. Stored 8. Let me just cancel this and make these manually. In create everything except for that. View. For some reason it doesn't detect. Okay, so I'm probably going to bug fix this. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to troubleshoot this. Oh! Oh, so it was because this device wasn't connected. There we go. And if you middle click this, you can make another one. Let's try to make an. Watch the process. Oh, yeah, it was completed. So now what we have done is fully automate the process of MV motors. So I know this video was a bit weird, so if you thought it was too long or too boring, just some feedback so I can make it more interesting to watch. And besides that, hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button, and if you didn't, please make sure to write a comment down below. And but I still hope the episode, and then hope